Welcome to the Early Booking Podcast, episode 10. I know it's been a little while since we last recorded. You'll see we're missing two team members today. One is down with what looks like COVID. The other is a corporate slave, just working way overtime. Rest in peace, Bryce. But we're super excited to be speaking to everyone today. There's been a lot going on in the Premier League, in the football world. We've seen some Champions League since we last spoke, some Europa League. Of course, great Premier League action. But to get right into it, I think the news of the day is Ten Hag's appointment to United. A new chapter. I think we've heard this for like the sixth time in the last decade, maybe. So we'll see if this actually rings true here. But are there any initial thoughts on Ten Hag and the appointment?
I think you'll be okay, but I texted my girlfriend earlier because her whole family is Man United fans, and I don't know. I think they're sick of getting their hopes up for new managers and being disappointed. So I think they're like cautiously optimistic about what he's capable of. It's all going to come out in like the next year or so. He needs time.
Yeah. I think I don't know much about him, but I know Ajax to start the year before they got knocked out of the Champions League. They were on smoke, weren't they?
Yeah, would they get to like
They were
the
winning.
semifinal, quarterfinal, or something?
I don't know. They were winning. I saw like their record was pretty out of this world. But yeah, I don't know much about him, but I know one thing I do know is coming to Man U as a manager is a curse. So ever since Ferguson just stepped down, it's a curse to become that manager, I
That
think.
whole club is cursed at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
From
I
the ground
agree.
up, that club is cursed.
But I feel like this is the first appointment of like a young up and coming manager that we've seen. Like everyone else who they've appointed has been this seasoned veteran, managed many
Yeah.
clubs, had success. So maybe they're actually turning a page for the first time in since Fergie era. But I think one thing we all know, and Harry hit on it, is like he needs time. And will he get that time? I think if he actually has a 200 million purse this summer and buys some players and things don't work out, I don't know if he'll get that time. And I think there is going to be this exodus this summer that we've seen, or we will see, of Man U players going out on the free. Like so many contracts winding down. I think there's like winding down, and there's Matic. Like the dead weight is finally leaving the club. I think one big question is: do you sell Ronaldo? Do you hold on to Ronaldo?
So I heard Ronaldo may not be part of this new manager's plans, which I think is utterly ridiculous.
Really?
How could you not want to have a seasoned GOAT like that in your squad just when you're initially coming in?
Because he's on like 350K a week.
And he's like 37.
Yeah,
He's gotten
upset.
Can't press.
He's
Yeah,
had
can't
2
press.
hat tricks this season.
I see what you mean, Graham, but then again, I think about it like ushering in a new era. Ronaldo's one of those players that's maybe bigger than the club. Like,
Oh, he's 100% bigger than that shit club.
so coming in, like, this is a manager who loves to develop young players. Like, we've seen Alonga, Rashford. Will Martial come back?
Shit.
Who knows what's going on there? We know Van de Beek's coming back, and apparently he's in the fold. But I don't know. I feel like part of ushering in the new era is showing CR7 the door. But then where does CR7 go? Is it MLS time? I mean, he's still a pretty great player, but I don't know. What are thoughts there?
I think it's MLS time.
I think you hang on to him. He scored some worldies this fucking year. You guys are capping on this one.
What do you-
Ronaldo is still there.
What do you think, Forrest?
He's definitely would dominate in the MLS, but I think the main concern is like if you really want Man U to be like the top team, like they're just not gonna. I don't even know if they can even settle with Ronaldo because he's still so old. They need like some potential players. They can't just like they know they can't just get a couple high value players and just win the league. They need to develop some players,
And my question kind
make
of
a
is,
team to last long.
what
term.
does that 200 million do if they don't make the Champions League? No one's going to want to come over. Like, not as many players, big name players, are going to want to come over there if they're not playing in the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, this season
So-
they bought Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo, and they still probably won't get Champions League. I don't know how much more you can do to that club.
And which one of them is
Oh,
actually
you could get
made an
rid of
impact?
Maguire.
That needs to be done.
Maguire needs to go.
Yeah.
But I think like Sancho, I forget he plays for them these days. Like he's had almost no impact. And I think he looks good when he's out there, but I think
Yeah.
Forrest kind of hit the nail on the head talking about Ronaldo doesn't press. And I think you see all the best teams in the world. There's no longer that luxury player that, number 10 that sits up top kind of stands still. There's no longer that Ozil creative just kind of floats around. So I think
Odegaard.
yeah, Odegaard, but he's more defensive than Ozil. But I love Odegaard. He's a
Also,
baller.
Sancho was over £70 million, and that
Mhm.
man comes off the bench. That's ridiculous.
Like, and who's ahead of him? Rashford? Like, come on,
I
Rashford
think-
should be forever,
yeah.
like playing for Everton these days.
Yeah, I was just about to
Rashford's been
say,
awful.
Rashford, he might need to go. I feel like it's been like a good year and a half since he's been good.
Yeah,
Yeah. I agree.
but I think also we've seen another surprise. I mean, I guess Ten Hag might not have been a surprise. I know Pochettino was mentioned, but Forrest Mann, the legend, probably the biggest name in Burnley history, Mr. Dyche, was shown the door. What's
Yeah.
up with that? What are thoughts? I think that came as a big shocker to really everyone in the football world.
Yeah, as a diehard Burnley
man.
fan, Forrest, what's up with that?
It's like your dad dying, I guess. Man, I think Sean Dyche, he got fired because they're the new owners that like bought the team a year or two ago are just afraid of relegation, but
Yeah.
they're too afraid to also put money in the club, so they
Mm.
do like some cheap moves to say, "Oh,
But,
we're
like,
trying."
Sacking
We're
your
gonna-
manager when you're in a relegation battle? I don't know if that's like...
It's just like a panic. I think
But
they're
they
in
got the
panic
win
mode.
today.
They did.
Yeah, and then they're starting to win now. I mean,
That
It's like-
manager bounce back game.
I think he's made the new manager has made like 2 subs to the midfield. I mean, it's
That's
not like a huge
massive
change.
for them. That put them 1 point behind Everton. That's crazy. I hope they
Yeah.
can just hop right over Everton.
Mhm.
Get
They
their
definitely
asses
count
back
the
to-
schedule too.
And Everton have a
Everton's
game
not
in hand,
easy
but
to-
they also play Liverpool this weekend, which is...
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
an
see
L.
them winning that.
At Anfield.
Yeah, at Anfield, I
See you
think.
later.
I don't know, man.
I don't think they've got
A
far to
rivalry.
I
travel.
mean, you never know. I can't wait to see Lampard fighting Klopp again on the sideline.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
He's such a piss
Uh-huh.
taker. Well, I think Forrest kind of hit the nail on the head. Like, I think, and I know I just said that same analogy, but I always thought Burnley's midfield was kind of disjointed in the way that, like, Burnley plays great defense and they look good when they can actually get it to the attackers. Like, they have a way of playing that is effective, but I feel like the midfield was always so horrible. And I think like the engine room really runs the team, really runs the tempo, and they had none of that. It was just straight counterattacking, usually bypassing the midfield when you see them score. But I'm curious, like, where does Dyche go from here? Do we think he's gonna get a decent job? I think he would.
Yeah.
Could see maybe even
I
going to
definitely
Everton
think
if they give up on Lampard.
I could
That'd be
totally
cool.
see that.
Yeah,
And then he brings them back from the championship.
Yeah.
And then middle of the table. That'd be cool.
Sean Dyche lives in the relegation battle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd like to see him kind of just like kind of coast, That would be a different thing to see with him. But maybe
would
he
like
likes
to-
what he's used to.
I would like to see him with some decent budget, but Everton would back him. Like that's what they do. They spend.
Yeah.
I swear, like Sean Dyche's like he thrives on the shit clubs.
Yeah, the shit house.
Yeah, that man lives for shitty games, which is why Burnley was so perfect for him.
Yeah, they do play some shit.
I mean, they had Burnley looked good too. I mean, the game against Southampton today, I think they pretty much dominated. And they played West Ham on Saturday, I think, and they tied 1-1, and they missed a penalty.
Who took it? Was it Weghorst?
No, it was forgetting the name. The winger, what's his name again?
Cornet or whatever.
Cornet, yeah.
Cornet. I
He
think.
got
Oh,
him around the
Cornet, yeah.
goalie, and then he got tripped up. So he got a PK, and then it looked like he was arguing with Weghorst, like who should, or no, was it Weghorst? I think it might have been who to take the PK, and he was like, "No, it's mine," and then he totally choked the shot.
God.
You can't be
So, I don't
stealing
know.
a pen and
He's
then missing
kinda
it. That is the
I
worst.
feel like he's
Look.
like an ego issue or something, but
I swear Balotelli did a similar thing to Jordan Henderson once.
It's like
He did.
I got the PK, I deserve it or something. I don't know.
He fought over that. I think what is this, pro clubs in real life? But I know
Honestly, yeah.
we hit on like relegation and promotion. Fulham's gotten promoted. I think every
Yeah, I
other
saw
year they
that.
go up and go down, and I think it's gonna be great to see them back though. I mean, we'll see like Mitrovic back just to flop again. Harry Wilson
Yeah.
I
is
saw
back.
a wild stat the other day that was the last time Norwich and Fulham were both in the same league was 2014. Because they
One
both
goes up,
flip.
one goes down.
Yeah, they go up and go down at the same time. It's been 8 years since they played in the same league.
Sunderland thought they could do that.
Yeah.
What
And what league is Sunderland in now?
They're in League One.
League One, right? Yeah, they're
League
not even
One.
the championship.
And I've been monitoring. They're like in sixth place, so they'll get the last spot in the play-in. But they're right now they're not getting promoted. Very unlikely. So
Sunderland till I
Right.
die.
if you look at the squad too, oh my god, they are just like horrible. If they go to the championship, I could see them getting straight up relegated right away again. They're in
Yeah.
dire straits. But passing it to the MLS, we won't spend too much time here, but another sacking from one of our favorite teams. So we got to talk about it. Losada shown the door after kind of slow started this season, but after having a manager for 10 years, you feel like you'd get more than a season and a few games. Of course, I know this one hurt really bad for you personally.
Oh yeah. Yeah, apparently so Losada is the DC United manager. He came from Beerschot in the Belgian league.
Ex-DC United.
So he was known for like his tactics, and I think they liked his tactics. But they had a game where they lost a few in a row. They weren't even like that bad of a loss, but this game they were up 2-0. And on the goal celebration, Kamara took his shirt off. He got a yellow card. And then he did an intentional foul later in the game, and he got a red card.
Idiots.
So you can't really argue about it, but he that caused them to lose the game. They got 3 goals against them in the last 10 minutes. And I guess that pissed someone off in the front office enough where they fired
Honestly,
him.
I think the only time you can take off your shirt for a celebration is if you score in like the 90th minute. Like you can't
Yeah, I
be doing
agree.
that in like the 60th minute with half of an hour to still play.
Yeah, he did in like the
Or a
45th
brace.
minute or something.
Off a penalty. You think?
And they were good goals, but like it wasn't really Losada's fault that he lost that game, and I don't know, they were putting a lot of blame on.
I don't know
Someone,
much
they
about
kinda-
DC United, but had he been there long? Was like he a consistent manager or?
No, so he had been there like a year and a few games, and it's funny because the
Yeah.
other manager was there for 10 years
Damn.
and had done
And he had no
nothing,
success.
no success. So
Oh my gosh.
I think it's I know I had heard like issues with the front office and players, and they thought he was making them run too much, and
Run too
I don't know.
much.
yeah, like right.
I know, that's what they were complaining about. He was
That's
doing-
idiot.
They were getting too many soft tissue injuries because they were running too much. I was like, Jesus, this is
That
hard
sucks,
to read
dude.
about. But you're thinking like the reason they're doing it is just so they can, like he's about to put this guy like, I think can't pronounce his name probably, but it's like Taxi Fornouis, a Greek guy.
Yeah, Taxi. They just call him
He-
Taxi.
He just got subbed in the one
Yeah,
game. They got
Taxi.
the red card at the end, but like they won't even let him start the star player he signed
Literally their record signing,
before they fired him.
more than Rooney.
It's pretty crazy.
But Bale's up next, hopefully for DC United. We'll see him next year.
That'd be
Lucky.
crazy.
The kind of
I think
transitioning
Ozil
things.
needs a move to the MLS
does.
myself. Yeah.
I could
Isn't
see
he
that
Fenerbahce
too.
right now?
Yeah. Oh, and he got suspended.
Yeah, I was just
from the
about to
team,
say that. I
saw
swear,
it.
like they hate
Yeah.
him there, and he doesn't do anything.
Bro loves his money.
He
Apparently.
does. He must be minted.
Dude, that's like Sturridge is doing nothing in Australia, playing for like Melbourne Victories. Barely played any games. I saw one thing, he refused to travel with the team, but
Yeah, I saw
because the
that.
flight was too long. Something crazy. He's crazy, but we'll see. Maybe we'll see them both in the MLS in like a year or two time. But
Yeah, I feel like
I could see all those
Yeah,
people.
Sturridge
what we
would
just
really
named.
suit the MLS.
Yeah.
He would. He really would. Well, moving. Let's talk about some of the latest fixtures. I know we talked about Burnley a bit there. I know Graham was pretty depressed a few days ago, but yesterday really boosted his morale. I think we can go there first. Talk us through that Arsenal Chelsea fixture.
Did you guys watch?
I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You watched. I think we can all agree no one expected that, but
It was beautiful.
You both have
it
terrible
was
defense.
absolutely beautiful. I'm trying not to get too excited about it because there's such a yo-yo club, and we got United on Saturday.
That'll be a good.
Even
That'll
more
be a good
important.
game.
I think so. It's an even more important game too.
Another
I'm
6
thankful
goal
we're at
thriller.
home. But yeah, yesterday I was absolutely buzzing. I watched the goals over and over and over again. I think we straight up came out and punched him in the mouth, and then it was kind of a thing throughout the first half and the beginning of the second half where we would punch him in the mouth, and then immediately after that they would punch us in the mouth. And then I think once Eddie got that third goal, it was just a complete Chelsea breakdown. And I want to give a couple shout outs to first I'll go Granit Xhaka. This guy takes a lot of shit, but he had an unbelievable game. Him, and my second shout out, El Neni. I don't know if you guys noticed this,
Mohammed.
but they were fucking Conte and Ruben Loftus-Cheek up
Yes.
the entire game in the midfield. Absolutely bossing those two.
Granit Xhaka was locking up Conte that entire game. He was outperforming him the
Yeah,
entire time.
And the little nutmeg he had in his own box against Alonso for the Smith Rowe goal. That goal was absolute class. One of the best goals of the season. And then my third shout out goes to Rob Holding. This guy's the ultimate professional. Okay. Doesn't play much, but whenever he's in that squad, this season especially, he's clean shit up. I don't know if you guys noticed, but absolutely great performance by Rob Holding. I was buzzing yesterday, and we got to do it again on Saturday. We just have
Chelsea
to.
could have had at least 2 red cards that game.
Absolutely, especially Mount.
yeah, I was
I
just about to
thought Mount
say
was out of
Mason Mount.
control.
And you
Yeah.
know he was the one abusing Saka in the tunnel, saying, "Why couldn't you do that for England?"
Oh,
You know about
absolutely.
He just looks
And
like a
then
That's
dickhead.
hideous.
The Aspilicueta incident with the fans, I thought that was strange too. He's
Yeah, I
not that
saw
kind
that
of guy,
video.
if you ask me. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, like y'all have your third plays. You know you're not doing anything past that. You're not gonna get worse than that. Just take the loss.
Yeah, just
It's
walk into
fine.
the tunnel and just go home.
Just go home.
I think maybe this ties back to the unknown future of that team, but maybe it's all kind of just crumbling. But
For
I
Chelsea.
mean, we'll see what happens. Yeah, for Chelsea.
Chelsea,
I think
yeah.
one thing I like that you said, Xhaka, played out of his mind. He
was crazy.
He's so yo-yo, just like Arsenal. You know, one day you'll see world-class
Yeah.
performance. The next time you'll see him look like Maguire, just like getting
Yeah.
abused by everyone in their.
Yeah, he's usually like a 2x4 on that pitch, but yesterday he was moving
Yeah,
crazy.
he's normally
I
a
thought.
massive liability that was like, it's like a 50-50 whether or not he gets a red card some games.
But when he's on and when he's playing like the Switzerland
Yeah, I
Xhaka,
was just about to say.
everyone would take him in their squad. I think any manager would.
Switzerland Xhaka
100%.
is a different beast.
Yeah, he's great.
And
But
Lukaku might
great
be the biggest
performance.
flop. Might be the biggest flop in Prem history.
He's making Werner look like a
Yeah, I
insane
agree.
player.
I thought
Yeah.
it was such a dynamic because they started this what is he, $115 million striker up top that produced
Was
nothing.
he really
and then
115 mil?
Arsenal has their Hale End
Yeah.
product that just bags 2 goals on the other end. I thought that was a crazy dynamic myself.
Lukaku should have
Great
stayed
to
in
see.
Italy. I don't know what he was doing coming back.
Yeah,
He saw the
was
money
good over
signs and
there.
just flew straight to Chelsea. But
Exactly.
he should not be here. He should go back to Italy. I feel like that play style just benefits him more.
But this is nothing new. Chelsea has this every season. You know what I'm saying?
Chelsea should
Yeah,
have
a
never
new
let go
flop
of
every year.
Tammy Abraham.
They have a flop stint every single season.
Yeah, they really do. Terrible
Really
club.
do.
But I feel like we should move on to the bigger of the derbies, the Liverpool Man U game.
Yeah.
Over on what was it, Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon for you guys?
Yeah.
But that game
was
was
beautiful.
That game was something else.
I don't think I've ever seen a team get opened up so badly in the middle of the field. Like the last place you want to get opened up.
Yeah,
But it was just like time after time after
Thiago
time.
was on something different that game. He was playing out of his mind. He was playing like
He
Bayern,
was. I
He's a
think at
fantastic
one point the
midfielder.
possession was like 75% Liverpool, 25% United.
It was like that at the-
they weren't even seeing
I
the
swear
ball.
it was like that at halftime. It was like 76% Liverpool, 24% Man United, and zero shots on target.
Yeah, that's pretty lopsided. You know, I think.
That was hideous.
The like Roy Keane and Gary
Yeah.
Neville were absolutely going mad after the match. I think they said I think Roy Keane said something about like he said these players get managers sacked for fun or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was listening to Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher during the match. Gary Neville was not happy. That man was basically crying on the microphone, talking about how terrible Man United is, and how
Well, he always kind of sounds
he
like
does.
that.
But
Yeah, I'm sure he was borderline.
when they're doing
tears.
bad, he hates them. He hates every player on that pitch. He's always like, "This isn't the
I
Man
know.
United that I know."
He was praising that dude, Hannibal, whatever his last name
yeah.
is. He ran on and then just started like hacking players. He was like, he's the only player who showed some passion. And I guess that's like kind of true, but like, come on, that man just came on for 5-minute cameo, trying to injure
Yeah,
people.
he came on, could have got 2 yellow cards, and Gary Neville was saying, "This is
Yeah.
the spirit of Man United."
Yeah, I was like, how down bad are you, bro? Like,
Oh my god!
Need the enforcer.
But the rest of the team
yeah,
was terrible.
Maguire, another shocking game. I saw it was like a picture of his last like 20 matches
Why
and
do
his
they
match
still
rating.
play
I don't think
him?
I saw above like a 6.5. Some were like 3s, 5s. I was like,
Did anyone?
he's literally terrible.
Did anyone hear the interview
Yeah.
that he did before the game? He was talking about how he was like, "I can't be having that bad of a season, otherwise the England and Man United managers wouldn't have picked me for their starting 11."
Oh,
shut
That
your
was
mouth.
Terrible.
You fucking donkey.
Does he still
you.
start for England?
Yeah,
What
he
about-
does start for
He
England
does.
for no reason because fucking Southgate is
And
a
the fans were booing him, and his England teammates are coming to his defense, saying that's abuse.
Right.
Booing is
Abuse.
a part.
You gotta
Booing is a
defend him
part of
as a
football.
teammate,
That's
but-
just if you play like
Well, I think
shit,
the funny
you're
thing
gonna
with
get booed.
England, exactly.
He's
But
so
the thing with England
bad.
is like they say, oh, he's good in England. Like England plays 5 in the back with 2 holding midfielders.
Exactly.
Like, of
Yeah, and they
course,
have,
the
like-
defense is gonna look solid. It's compact as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
He's hilarious.
And even then, he's
And
not
Luis
even the best
Diaz-
centre back on the
Hmm.
England team. He's
Graham, what do
You
trash.
know
think
what
of
I
Luis
find
Diaz?
hilarious?
Oh,
Well,
what do you
sorry,
find hilarious?
I was just
though?
gonna say, I find it hilarious how like Southgate has taken this England team like farther than anyone usually expected them in the past 2-3 tournaments,
For sure.
and like half of the England supporters are still like, I want him out. I find that crazy. But I get it. It's kind of the way he is and the way he talks and the way he looks on the TV screen. He's not someone, I don't know.
He looks like that dude from Star Wars with the long hair, Kylo
Yeah.
Ren.
Yeah.
Like Kylo Ren out there, like.
But
I'm so
how do you
mad
feel
all the
about
time.
him, Harry, being an England
What about
supporter?
Southgate or Maguire?
Southgate? We know how
Harry,
everyone
yeah.
feels about Maguire.
I mean, you can't argue against like what he's done for the team, but I feel like that also comes down to just the level of players that England have at the moment. Like you've got
Yeah, he has a good problem on his hands.
you've got like English players at Man City and Liverpool both playing like world class football, but I don't know. He's gotten us
think the
to
thing
a
is-
final and a semi-final, and that's like something we haven't seen in so long. But he does look like a
Right.
Wallace and Gromit character, to be honest.
I think the thing is, he talks like it too. It sounds like it. I think the thing with him is like England has this like maybe golden generation of attacking talent, and like they play so defensive and they don't score a lot of
Mhm.
goals. And it's almost like if Sean Dyche took over the national team, and
Yeah.
like maybe that'll get you some results. Like it has, but then like I don't know. They should have beat Croatia. They should have beat Italy. Like
Mhm.
they were probably the favorites in both those matches, but
Yeah,
It's still
It
right.
but I
does
get that
seem-
the fight. Yeah,
It does seem kind of when England's playing in those like those like deep games, like the semifinal, quarterfinal, that they are kind of hanging
yeah.
on.
It never feels like
and
we're
just,
running
like-
the games. It's always like that's a 50-50
Right.
game, and we've kind of come out on the other side on the winning team. But yeah, I would.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're Also, the final came down to penalties, so you
Well-
can't be too mad about penalties.
Is there strength
That's
really
true.
in the offense or defensive end? I feel like
It's definitely in the
You wanna-
offensive, I would think.
Yeah,
I don't know because they've got a bit of a shaky keeper. They start
I
Maguire.
don't know. When Pickford plays for England, he plays out of his
you
mind.
should start Nick Pope, keeper.
Yeah,
They still won't play Trent. He gets no minutes. for
Yeah, they
England.
play Kyle Walker
Best
over
right back in
Trent.
the world. Or Reece James. Like, come
and their
on.
the England golden boy is the striker. So
Yeah, Harry Kane does play
Yeah.
well for England, though.
yeah, oh, he's played well this season for Tottenham. If you ask me,
He was kind of bad at the beginning of the
When
season.
he's,
but
like-
this past couple months, he's just turned it up and he's just gone off.
yeah. When he's on, I can't deny he's great. He can link up. He can play a crazy pass one time. He's a great player when he's on, regardless of if you like the way he is as a person or not. He's a great player.
He is. He'll be the all-time prem goal scorer.
Yeah,
in a
he
few
has to
years
be.
here, I
There's no
think.
way he goes abroad. His style would not suit
Yeah.
Spanish football or anything like that. That man has to stay in the Prem.
Yeah, that's true.
And he would look like an Unk out
He
there
would.
playing in Spain,
His mouth breathing
like
ass.
with the
Yeah.
Galacticos or with Barca. Like, I'm sorry.
Harry Kane on Barcelona
But,
would be a
Bale
joke.
plays there out there.
Yeah, I mean, he was a hit at first, but I don't know. We also saw Tottenham lose a big fixture. I know Bryce isn't here, but they kind of had top four in the bag, and now it's wide open again. Always love seeing Tottenham lose. I don't think we'll spend too much time here because Bryce isn't here to defend his club, but
Anyone got any?
very satisfying. Another
Anyone
out.
got any words that they think Bryce might say about the Tottenham game?
I think he
You
would
told
say,
me
"Yeah, I know we
excuses.
suck."
Before that game, they looked like the best club in the Premier League.
Yeah, he
They
would
win like
say
4-0.
something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Kulusevski, Son, and Kane have been cooking.
They
That was a
have.
good game for them.
He has to know by now that Tottenham is going to Tottenham.
very up and
He
down.
should just
But
expect
also looking at the
it.
stats, Tottenham didn't have a single shot on target that entire game.
Ew.
And the goal was nice too. What's the guy's name that
Trossard.
scored again? Trossard. He's a great player.
Yeah, he
And they
is.
scored in the 90th minute, which is just kind of unlucky. But you got to finish out your games, so you can't be too mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That's
a
all the
great
time
goal.
we need to
He
spend
cut
on
in
Tottenham.
outside of the foot.
And just kind of wrap things up here. I know there's some big fixtures this weekend. We got a Merseyside derby. We got Arsenal versus United. Top four implications there. Burnley, I think,
Definitely.
play West Ham. I mean, that's another massive fixture. Relegation implications.
I thought Chelsea played
Yeah, it
West
is.
Ham.
No,
Or
I
Everton.
don't
Is
think
Chelsea
so. Let me
West Ham on
check.
Sunday, Liverpool Everton on Sunday, and Arsenal Man United on Saturday. There are some big games this weekend.
Sunday, it's Wolves Burnley.
Oh, Wolves Burnley.
Still a
Nice.
hard one.
Chelsea West Ham will be a good
But hopefully we
game.
can do you all a favor. But no, do we have any predictions for these fixtures?
I'm gonna
Um,
say Arsenal beat Man United 2-0. But I'd like to hear what Graham says about that.
I would love that. That would be a
What are your
beautiful
predictions,
thing.
Graham, for Arsenal Man U?
You know what? I don't know about an Eddie goal, but I'm gonna give them the 1-0 advantage, and I could definitely see ML Smith Rowe getting that goal.
I love
I do
him.
like how
Baller.
young
He's so
Arsenal's
good.
team is. They're they're pretty up and coming squad.
It's an easy team to get behind, if you ask me.
I would say 3-1 Arsenal. And
Wow.
I think Man U, I think they're checked out. I think they're already looking to next season, new manager now, but he's not in the door tomorrow. So in my opinion, I think they're just gonna continue playing terrible for the rest of the season.
If you guys can get up for that game, I would. I think the Emirates is going to be rocking. The fans
Oh,
are
yeah,
going
isn't
to
that
be
like a
ready. I
7:30
think it's going to
kickoff
be
for you
great
guys?
scenes.
Yeah.
7:30 for us, yeah.
Like a work day. And Liverpool Everton, I think we know what's gonna go down there. Maybe 5-1 Liverpool, 4-1 Liverpool, 4-0.
No,
I
I
think.
say there's touch of wood. I say there's no shot where you can see the goal against that trash Everton team.
I'm going to say you guys get it 3-0.
I'm gonna say 4-0.
I could see 4-2, yeah. Because when Liverpool goes for the second, the third, and then the fourth, and then if they can, the fifth.
But
They're relentless. I think
Relentless.
Lampard tries to fight Klopp and gets absolutely beat the shit out of by Jurgen and the staff. That would make my weekend.
Jurgen Klopp would destroy Frank Lampard in a fight. There's no doubt.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'll go
The
with
thing about
Lampard.
like City and Liverpool, I'm not gonna say Liverpool is better than City, but I do think they're more relentless in like how many goals they
I would
go
also say
for.
that I can't say
way
from
out.
an Arsenal perspective,
Yeah.
but I'd say Liverpool are the more likable of the two teams, seeing as Man City's a big old
Definitely.
oil club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the way they
I could
spend, the way they
understand
lie
that.
about
Mm.
revenues, the way they've always so controversial. But I mean, there's some ballers on City, but I agree with Graham. I
Some.
think this is like one of the first years we beat them on goal difference, though. I feel like
Yeah.
they've been ahead of us in that. Lastly, we want to talk Burnley Wolves for us. You got a prediction for us there?
Yeah, Burnley 1, Wolves 0.
Fair enough.
I like that.
That is a
That's a
that is
Burnley type
score
win
right
right
there.
there.
What about Chelsea West Ham? Did we speak about that?
I want 2-1 Burnley. Just put that in
That's
there.
gonna be a great game.
Mm.
Chelsea's been piss poor. West Ham is getting ready
Yeah,
for
I could
the
see.
Europa League semifinal
I
clash.
could see maybe West Ham even resting
I could see a draw.
players for the midweek fixture.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with Harry. I feel like they see the path to Champions League through Europa League, and it's probably clearer than the path through the Premier League. So I don't know if they play Declan Rice, Gerard Bowen, but they probably will. I mean, David Moyes, I feel like it's going to
Like,
go
I don't
for
know
both.
too much about like Frankfurt, their opponents, but I'd fancy West Ham against Frankfurt.
Agreed.
Frankfurt knocked out Barca, right?
Yeah, but that Barca team's fucking cursed.
Yeah.
They're a yo-yo ass team, just like Arsenal.
It's because they have an old Arsenal striker
Do
leading
you see
the
that
line.
like Xavi's done worse than like any of the previous like 3 or 4 Barcelona managers when it comes to like points per game?
Oh, really?
He's talking all this game, but he's apparently the worst of all of them.
Huh.
And they act
So
like he's
are they
going to
qualify for the Champions League next year? The way they sit in the La Liga table, I don't even know
Me
what
either,
the standings
to be
are.
honest. I just read the headlines.
I'm looking.
Let's see. I mean, they're in second.
Yeah, I think it's top 3 in the La Liga. They get
Yeah,
Champions League.
top 4.
Okay.
They're 6 points clear of Betis, who's in 5. 5th, I should
Yeah,
say.
so
Yeah,
they'll
they
make
should
it.
make it.
All right,
They'll
well,
get bounced
There are your
early.
picks.
there are your picks. We want to thank everyone for joining us. Episode 10 here. We got some exciting episodes coming up. I know Will, the referee, he's any day now, probably this weekend, maybe next weekend, he'll
The
be joining
ghost.
us. But yeah. Thank you all
Alas.
for tuning in here. What's up, Graham?
I said, alas, Will the referee is coming on.
He's a busy man. He's a busy man.
I'm sure, yeah.
So thank you for tuning in here. We'll see you next week for episode 11, and keep it classy,
Yeah, set
everyone.
the tone.
Absolutely. Set the tone.
Yeah.